Hi guys, this is our video about all abouts. Today we're going to be looking at different text features that you can find in all about books. We start every lesson in class with an objective, so there's going to be an objective in this video. Your objective today is that you will be able to name the 7 text features of a nonfiction all about book, and you'll use them in your writing. So let's go ahead and look at some of the different text features. The first text feature is usually found right in the very front of the book. Right here, we can see the text feature for this one is the title. And the title of the story is Bats. So this tells us what our all about book is going to be all about. It's going to be all about bats. So that's our first text feature, the title. Our next text feature is going to be the table of contents. You can see right here. What the table of contents does is it tells us about what's going to be in the book and where to find it in the book. For example, if I wanted to know about where bats live, I would go ahead and turn to page 11. If I wanted to know about the food that bats eat, I would go ahead and turn to page 15. Your turn. If I wanted to know about young bats, what page would I turn to? If you said page 19, you're correct. Today, I want to learn a little bit more about the enemies of a bat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to page 17. All right. Now here we are on page 17, enemies. The first thing you'll notice on this page is something called a heading. A heading right here is kind of like another title. It's the beginning of the page, and it tells us what this page is going to be about. Then we can read, it says, bats have many enemies. Cats, weasels, snakes, and skunks eat bats. Owls, hawks, and other birds also eat bats. That gives me some interesting information about bats. So I go through and read all of that, and then one of the other cool things about all about books is that they usually come with really great pictures. So here I can see a man who's holding a bat kind of stretched out. I guess that he might be an enemy of a bat, but I'm not really sure what's going on in the picture. So I'm going to use what's called a caption to help me figure out what's happening in this picture. The caption is usually in bold or nearby the picture. Right here, it's down here, and it says, sometimes people catch or kill roosting bats. Ooh, so now I know that people can be an enemy of bats too. But then there's a word in there that I'm not sure about. It says roosting bats. What does that mean, roosting? I know where I can find out some more information about that. Let's turn the page. Aha! Now we've come to the back of the book. And this is our glossary. Sometimes you'll see it called the glossary. Sometimes in this book it's called words to know. What a glossary does is tells us what different words mean. So let's see if that word roosting is on there. Echo, nope. Echolocation, nope. Hibernate, insecticide, nocturnal. Here it is. Roost. There's the word. Roost, and it tells you right here how to pronounce it. Roost means a place where a bat sleeps and rests. Oh, so that tells me, if I went back to that picture, that people sometimes kill bats when they're sleeping. Interesting. All right, let's keep going. I want to know more about roosting, though. I heard that's a cool word, and I want to know a little bit more about it. So now I'm going to head to the index. The index is another part of our book. The index is usually found in the back, right here in this book, and it gives a list of topics in the book. These are different things that you could read about in the book. So if I wanted to read more about roosting, I would look for that word in here. Roosting, starts with an R, so I'm going to go the R, A, B, C, D, E. Ooh, R is kind of toward the end of the alphabet. Let's see if I can find it over here. Here it is, roost. Ah, the word roost is on two different pages. It's on page 11 and it's on page 17. So I also know that if I wanted to read more about roost or roosting bats, I would just go ahead and turn to page 11 or to page 17. One more part of the book that I wanted to show you guys was the picture in here. Like I said, these books, nonfiction, all about books, usually have really great pictures in them. But sometimes you don't know what's going on in pictures. So captions is one way to do it. But if there's a lot of details in a picture, you might use labels in your picture. So this right here, these words are labels. They tell you what's happening in the picture. For example, this right here, the arrow is pointing at this part of the bat right here, and it tells us this is a long, thin bone. This arrow right here is pointing at a part of the bat, and the label tells me it's its eye. Ah, this arrow is pointing to the nose. This arrow is pointing to an ear. Right down here, this arrow is pointing to a wing. So these labels are just helping us understand what is happening in a picture. All right, so now we've gone through and we've looked at all the different nonfiction text features of a book. Our objective at the beginning of this lesson was to be able to name the 7 text features of a nonfiction, all about book, and to use them in your writing. So let's go through and review those real quick. The all about text features in your writing that you're going to have in your all about book are going to be title. Your story will always have a title. Table of contents. You'll start your writing with a table of contents to let us know what's happening in the story and what page to find that on. Captions. All of your pictures should include a caption to tell you what's happening in the picture. Heading. At the top of each page, you can put another small title called a heading to let us know what that page is going to be about. A glossary. In the back of the book, you'll put some of the important words that you write and tell us what they mean. Your index will go ahead and tell us what page different important words are on. And finally, you'll have at least one picture that includes a lot of details and that will have labels. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you and the writing that you come up with. Have a great day.